And now hit to the intro.
I didn't do that for you last week.
I know you didn't do that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Dads and Six Podcast, episode number lucky 13. I'm one of your hosts this week, Nicholas Mazzeo. Just get your own beer, man.
You didn't get me one.
And as always, I'm joined by my two best buds, 2012 Soldier of the Year, Jesus
Cookie.
Castillo. There's no cookie here.
She went upstairs.
Give me a beer.
You remember last episode? It was terrible.
Got her on lockdown. And the best man, Jamie Campbell. How you guys doing?
I'm good. How are you? No one ever asks how you are doing.
Oh, how I'm doing.
Yeah, you always ask us. We never ask you.
I know, because you guys are literally the worst conversational people I've ever
I
had
think
on
we're
the
having
show.
a conversation right now.
I know, it took you 13 episodes to figure this out. The whole kind of like intro spiel. Yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm a little tired. I had a pretty semi-interesting, semi-boring training. It's a 2-day training. It's dealing with high conflict post-separation parenting. So it's going to be valuable info.
Your description of interesting / boring is, I think, sounds very accurate to what that
is, because it's like it's dealing with high conflict parents post their divorce or separation and how that, family work. So, I mean, it's going to be all super relevant when we all inevitably get divorced.
Yeah. It's only a matter of time.
It's
only a matter of time.
Yeah, and we all got to talk about this. So, I'll help you out.
Did you go to the gym today, Jamie?
Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Except for Fridays.
Well, this is week 2, so tomorrow can still very much
So
happen.
there's been 0 Fridays, so it's Monday, Wednesdays.
Just go on your own.
And the thought of a Friday.
No, because I'd like you to show me all the machines for the first time. That was very helpful.
I know, but I can't go.
But the first time, you already did that the first time.
No, but we've done Mondays twice, which is a set. And then we did Wednesdays twice. So I could go Mondays and Wednesdays, no problem. I know what to do now. But I still want him there for the guidance. He's great.
Yeah.
You really just need probably guidance for like squats.
I'd even look at what Fridays are. So
It's
leg day.
Leg and
It is.
shoulder.
You guys are doing like number 1 rule, never skip leg day.
yeah, but I think that's the
number
joke
1
of the
rule is also to skip leg day.
I think my legs are fine.
Not.
Soccer's
not?
my leg day. There you go, tonight.
It's cardio day.
Shoulder. What I do like about leg days is they're usually, and like your split is combined, is shoulders. That's because one of the few places in my body I just can't carry fat, luckily. Like, you just can't really get shoulder fat, I guess. So like
I can prove you wrong. Have you touched my shoulders lately?
Well, we didn't get 5 comments to get you get your shirt off, so we'll have to see that another day.
I forgot about that, but
People just don't want to see
but
it.
I did get. Remember how I think I made a promise last episode to meet viewers at Yorkdale at 7 p.m. I've gotten responses to that, so tomorrow I will be at Yorkdale at 7 p.m.
They're watching this after the fact.
So I will have done it. I will be at Yorkdale. I will have been.
Which would have been Friday, November 25th.
the pickle barrel.
The Pickleball entrance at 7 o'clock.
Fan meetup.
I'll be there.
I'm looking forward to hearing about it.
I can't wait to hear about all the boobs you sign and stuff. It's gonna be so.
You guys are
sweet.
gonna be so
I would pay someone
jealous.
$10 to walk up to him and be like, "Are you the dad in the 6?"
Like, yes.
How giddy would he feel?
You'd feel pretty giddy.
I'm pretty giddy. Yeah.
Yeah. Make it an attractive female, and then Tanya just like.
Oh my god.
Who said anything about Tanya?
Wow.
She's staying at home. Can't risk it.
Can't risk it. What do I do again? Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this show posts every week on YouTube and podcast services everywhere. All of our social all of our social medias are down below. Don't just stop and reset. Start. Fuck that intro. All right. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, hit that like, share, subscribe. Leave us a comment down below. Each episode comes out as an individual video, so just a quick reminder about that. I'm going to give you one more week of this reminder, and then I'm just going to stop that. Each topic comes out as an individual video on YouTube for your viewing enjoyment, and then the whole video comes out on Friday. So if you're watching this on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, nope, you'd be watching this on Monday because this is part of the intro. You're confused. Where's the rest of the episode? It's coming on Friday. If you want the whole thing right away for your long drives to work, download and subscribe to us on iTunes or Google Play or any podcast services.
That intro needs to go to the
Oh
gym.
yeah, I was about to say that. That intro
needs to go to the gym.
we need to work that work.
No, the
that
intro's
intro.
actually pretty good.
So
See,
much words.
I was
So many
thinking the
words.
opposite.
I
gotta
have no
explain.
idea what's going on.
Yeah,
I'm in the podcast. I have no idea.
No. You don't understand.
How
Watch an
this
episode?
gets delivered.
Exactly. You don't know. So I have to explain to the viewers or listeners how to find our
Just
shit.
ask Jamie to put a thing here that explains everything.
But if they're watching this, they've already found it.
By accident, but they don't know how it works, right? Because we get a lot of rando viewers, all those.
That's true, yeah.
So those new people we get every week have to find out how it goes.
It's true.
So I can't just jump in and be like, all right, let's start. And then they don't understand what it is.
Philip DeFranco does it, man. He just jumps right in.
Yeah, but we need some of his viewers. He's got, what, 7 million subscribers?
Something like that.
We'll get there.
We're at 40. You motherfuckers.
Triple digits are just down the road.
You need to hit that subscribe button.
Yeah.
We each bring you a random topic conversation, so
I'll still go.
let's get started. You would know exactly how long this intro was if you didn't fuck it up. But you pushed my button.
6 minutes.
Jamie, you're up first today.
All right, so get this. You go to sleep Thursday night, okay? You wake up Friday morning.
Does it have to be Thursday?
Yeah, because we're going to go into the weekend. It's fun. It's more fun that way. So you wake up Friday, you open your eyes,
Okay.
and you're not in your bed.
I'm not in my bed.
You're in Nick's bed.
I'm in Nick's
or
bed.
my bed. So somehow...
I have a king-size bed. You're welcome.
somehow, what happens if we all switched bodies for like a Friday, a work day, and then into the weekend?
First thing I do is stretch and just like...
Touch boob.
Steph.
Yeah, so we can swap whichever way. Like I'll go into yours, you go into his. So you wake up, you're for all intents and purposes, you're Nick, but with your conscience, your mind, everything.
Like Freaky Friday. I'm pretty sure
That's
Lindsay Lohan.
It's based
Lindsay
on.
Lohan
Yeah,
She did a documentary about this.
yeah, it's based on Freaky Friday. So what do? Do you wake up? Do you? So I picture you can go two ways. You wake up and just go with it. Try to imitate and be Nick all weekend and see how it goes. Or you wake up.
I talk too much to be
you
Nick.
You turn to Steph and you're just you're like, okay, this is gonna sound weird. I'm Jesus. And I feel like her reaction won't be like, I feel like it'll be like, obviously, like she'll be like this classic you guys. like, I don't even think she'd be phased. And then what do?
I think I've watched enough movies to know that you can't just tell people the truth, right? You can't just be like, I'm Jesus, and then her not
But
be like.
I feel like you
what?
could easily prove it though. I feel like you could.
Yeah, but then it just, you know what? I just go with it for a little bit. I'd feel like I would at least give it a week before I panic.
No, we're only giving you like a day or two.
No, but I don't know it's a day or two. Or do I know that?
No, you fully know. You're fully aware.
I'm fully aware that within 2 days it's going to revert back.
Yeah, it's just a temporary thing.
Then I just
You
go
get
with it.
a week or two in his body.
And so, what I would first thing I would do is go
So a day or two.
meet Nick Jamie.
Like, who are you?
Because you're me.
You would meet my physical body still.
Or yeah.
No, wait.
Yeah, I'm
no,
you.
no.
He's him, and you're him. Yeah.
No. Jesus is my physical body with his conscience.
Yeah, yes.
You would go meet your physical self.
I would drive to
No, it's
my
a three-way swap, man.
Whatever the swap is.
Yeah, I would either drive to your house or to my house, to your house or to my house. No, I would drive to my house.
If you're listening and you're not, you can literally see the smoke.
No, I would drive to my house, and I would be greeted by either
It'd
my
be by
body,
me.
but with either. But
I'd be in your body.
You'd be my body.
Or Rosa.
So I would go to my house to meet you and be like, "What's up? You're welcome."
I'm Jesus.
Right? Because the three of us know.
So it's our option whether we can tell our spouses or just go.
Know what I
with
would do? Know what I would do? Get teardrop tattoos.
So you'd abuse his body.
If you're in my body, you win lose. You lose because for the weekend you're automatically on baby duty in the morning.
Oh yeah.
You're on baby duty in the morning. Win, go to the gym. You would smash new personal records.
Yeah. I would just, you know what? I want to just run. See what happens. Just fall. You know what I mean?
So another situation would be
you're lucky you get to just sleep.
Well, I would want to go into your work and just sit down at your desk and like people are walking in for appointments and just try to do the appointments.
I would accept everybody.
Oh yeah.
Like deny no one into the
just
army.
start stamping shit.
Yeah,
Like,
I do. Yeah.
Approved.
I would see if I
Like
could.
that commercial where it's like it rhymes with approved and like approved. You know that commercial?
Yeah, I hate it.
That one.
What would you do to all like his kids? Like all his kid clients? Like you just
his kids, I'm like, you only have one I know of. Like,
you could like totally fuck up like his
I would
clients.
do I'd be like, I don't know.
Like it's different because that's hard because like he wouldn't know how to access my work life. Like how, like I guess. But
So here's another situation. What if our wives really wanted some fun times? right?
What are the odds?
This just
would you
became
like-
fake.
Yeah.
Like, would you,
It was all possible till that moment.
like, okay, you could either be a stand-up person and be like, hold on, I'm Jesus, or I've lost track now. Or you could just like, what would you try to do? Like, nah, I'm not in the mood.
No, I think I wouldn't. But maybe what I would do is like, when she's showering, I would take a peek. I'd be like, hey, what's going on? What are you doing?
No, she wouldn't question that. I do it all the time.
That's what I do it too. That's right. No one would question it. Just walk in and be like, all right.
If I were in your body, I would check out your cavernous asshole to start, which is a whole topic on its own.
That's a whole different thing.
I would
over
see
a mirror and just spread them.
Yeah. And
I still haven't seen what's in there. It's crazy.
if I was in your body, Jamie, I would literally do maybe the first 10 sit-ups you've ever done and just have abs and just see what that looks like.
Yeah, and then when we switch back, like, you're welcome. I gave you abs in 3 days.
Yeah, that'd be.
But see, the thing is, it changes it drastically knowing that I know that in 3 days I'm switching back, and knowing that you guys have all switched to my body. Because you're right, I can't get the teardrop tattoo. Because now everything I do, like if I get the teardrop tattoos, right, then he'll just like cut off a finger. You know what I mean?
He feels that pain.
What's up with this dick? Just cut it right off.
How much pain would you have to endure yourself just to go through that, though?
I feel like because I know I don't have the long term. I think I would do it like Sunday an hour before I have to switch
What if
back.
you end up getting stuck, man? Who knows?
Well,
Or that's why, like, cut off like your pinky. Like, fuck you. You don't have a pinky anymore. You know what I mean? Like, you can't, because
This
then
goes down to
I would do a swastika on your chest. Just scar that in there. Yeah.
You know what I mean? All these things. So it does help almost to not know that you guys have switched.
And or not know that there's
Like
an
I
end,
wake
that there's an
up,
end game.
I'm in Nick's body, so I wake up in this house, sleep beside Steph.
You'd have
listening
to wonder
to
what the
Malaya.
heck your body was doing,
And
or where's
I
Nick's
would go
conscience?
check. I would go check my body, and then somehow my body is still like it's somehow there's a Jesus still there.
Just two Jesuses?
There's two Jesus.
No, it's not acceptable. It's not an option.
Because then we'd be best buds. I'm like,
I feel like you wouldn't get along with yourself.
I'd go over, like it'd be, like Jesus, the actual Jesus would wake up and see Nick at his house claiming to be Jesus, and he'd be like, "You want to go for breakfast?" I'd say, "Yeah." You know, I wouldn't even question it. And then like the two Jesus would go for breakfast.
Okay, what if we went out Saturday night? How do you see this playing out? Any differently? Like we went out together. Say we all went out together.
I'm trying to think where's the pro here. Like I'm trying. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think too. Like, what huge advantage do I have being Nick? I have nicer hair.
Yeah.
Maybe you'd be less worried about. Let's say we're all single back in the day. You'd be less worried about approaching a girl because you're not in your body. So you're like, if this fails, well, fuck it. I'm out of here in a couple of days.
Yeah, it only ruined Jesus and Tanya's wedding marriage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the times that I get a message like, I think I saw Jesus like down at the club.
You're just finger blasting this girl. Just
Yeah. and then I gotta wake up the next day and be like, no, it wasn't me. It was someone
You know,
else.
it was physically me.
but
listen.
But listen, Linda,
Linda.
listen, it wasn't me.
I still love you.
How are we even talking about this? Okay, we still keep going. I don't know where else to go with it.
So I see Nick's point. Like, what are the major advantages? The thing is, like, as friends, we wouldn't screw each other over. There's too many variables about like getting into each other's bodies. There's not much advantages. But the Freaky Friday thing is where it's like a drastic change. Because again, even if I went to Nick's body, be like
Just one Latino for another.
Imagine how busy you'd be that
he's
weekend.
a skinnier version of me. Like that's it. And then just
Imagine how busy you'd be that weekend.
Yeah.
Steph would be dragging you like to Winners and Target and all these different places. Well, there's no Target here anymore.
No more Target.
no more Target.
She'd be dragging you everywhere. You'd be so tired at the end of at the end of your day.
It's not even errands. It's just shit to do.
I don't have shit to do.
I know. You don't have friends or family. There's just always something to do.
Yeah, they're not. Then that's when like the body of Nick, but the brain of Jesus would have to come up with
I
something.
don't know if I could live with Rosa for a whole weekend.
She's like a non-factor.
Yeah,
She's a non-factor.
just watches her novellas.
Yeah. You got to live with Tanya. Tanya's okay.
Prison Break.
It'd be and then it's like, and then Jamie's life.
I don't know what you guys would do.
But like, I would go to your work. I don't know. I guess I'd answer. The phone would ring. I'd answer it.
Yeah,
I
would
tried
try to-
restarting
no,
your
like-
route.
I would try to
Exactly.
imitate your guys' day perfectly.
You know, like your phone. Like I don't know the password. Fingerprint. Oh shit, it works.
Yeah.
And then like I would answer, be like, "Hello, this is Jamie." Okay, where do you work again? I know, but just remind me. And then I'd go to the client and I'd be like, "What's the problem? Your printer doesn't work? Just plug it back in."
I have to order this part. Call me on Monday.
Just defer everything.
I think for a day, and I'm not downplaying any of our jobs, but I think for a day, if this would happen, we could play each other's jobs. Like we're going for a Friday.
I don't want to play up my job, but I don't think you could.
For a day, one day.
There's just so much stuff. I think in a day, like I had probably a dozen client calls today. Like
I disagree. You know why?
Where would you start?
I have the ultimate reference book called Google.
It's not that easy.
What is the problem with this computer? Google it. Solved it.
If you had some pre-training, some pre-brain swapping training, like at least show you how to get onto people's computers, maybe.
I know how to do that.
No, you need my logins and stuff. We need to prep each other.
Leave a little notepad
Yeah.
with all that information.
Like you need my logins to like websites that I use to log on to people's computers. You need that stuff. And my notes.
I just wouldn't do your job.
Oh, you know what? Realistically, we'd all just call in sick. Like, let's be real. We'd all just pick up the phone and be like, "I'm sick. I'm not coming to work today." You know, I think the person who would lose out the most is you because you have clients. Our jobs would just be like,
just a sick day.
It'd be like Jamie.
Take tomorrow off.
Jamie would have like all this spare time. I wouldn't know what to do with. Like Lincoln.
No, you'd spend it all with VR.
VR porn.
Yeah. No, the virtual reality, the Vivo thing.
He hasn't tried it yet.
You gotta try it. It's a game changer.
I'll try.
I can tell you, it's not my cup of tea, right? The whole video. You know, I'm not into video games, but that thing was a game changer.
I don't want to not try it. I just gotta go.
But I want to be there. I want to be there when you do it.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd just be interesting because it'd be like, what, Lincoln and Vanessa go to bed at like 2 in the afternoon, and then it's just like you have all this time for activity, like.
Yeah, but then so I feel like you'd sit at Jamie's computer and just be like, "What the fuck's going on?" And then things would start beeping, like all his internet friends would start popping up, and like, "Hey, Jamie, I got this game. Let's play it."
I would,
and then you'd be like, "What the fuck?"
Shut up, internet nerds.
Yeah.
I like how you type. Is that how you type at work?
Just like on TV, just.
I have 2 separate keyboards, and I just.
I would sell all of Jamie's like shitty collectibles.
See, if you had my job, if you switched my body and you put on my uniform and go to work, you tell me you wouldn't try to like shoot some crazy guns?
Oh, of course I would.
And be like, I need to borrow the.
I would hope that there would be training that weekend.
Yeah, but just make up training. Like, I need to borrow that Carl Gustav, which is like a rocket launcher. I'm like, I need to. I'll be back.
Can I call it the rocket launcher? Because I won't know what it's called.
Carl Gustav.
Can I call it the rocket launcher?
Carl Gustav.
I would wear your uniform to get free shit and like people to like me everywhere. Like I would just wear that uniform
this would be
everywhere.
I'd shave your head bald.
This would be a good. I wouldn't. That wouldn't even be that bad. But this would be a good weekend because you get free Leaf tickets if you switched my body.
Ah, perfect time.
And I would just like, can you start a war? I don't know. Just Trump.
Send a right email to Trump.
Trump at USA.com.
Yeah, like if in uniform I throw a rock at the U.S. embassy downtown, that's a war starting.
Yeah. Yeah, go right up to the border in the army uniform and just start shit. See what happens.
Pissy border.
But anyways, I think I don't want to get into it now, but I think this conversation is to be reevaluated or re-examined, but switching into other people's bodies.
Let's get into it now.
But
What
like,
else
you
you
know
You
what I
always
mean?
want to revisit topics.
Like if you woke up in Crosby's body.
I'd just go play hockey, man.
That's it? Just go play hockey? Just wake up, go play hockey?
I mean, I'd be the worst player ever though, because most of hockey is a lot of hockey. It's not just the body; it's the thinking, right?
Don't get deep on me, man.
Don't be hockey. It's called sports. Any sport.
Don't get deep on me, man. I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't show up.
I just call it sick.
Saturday night hockey game.
Call it sick.
So, moral of the story: if you need to be in someone else's body, you're just gonna call it.
Hey,
sick.
coach.
Call it sick. And then I would walk to the nearest ATM and just guess at his ATM pin.
It's his birthday.
It's his birthday. And just
then hide that money somewhere.
No, I wouldn't. I would live in the moment.
I would with that money. Yeah, take my shirt off. I think he's got. He doesn't look like he has abs, but I think he has abs.
He's a professional.
I would. You've seen Phil Kessel?
Yeah.
I would go to like a club with millions of dollars, no shirt.
But see, you're Sidney Crosby. You could have literally 8 shirts on.
No, I want
But,
the
like,
shirts, but I don't have abs in real life.
But the effect that you're trying to achieve by not having a shirt and abs, you don't need to show off your abs. Like
it's more for me, man.
What it feels
He
like
just want
to
to
have
look at
abs.
men's abs. Just go on Google, man.
I wouldn't even go to club.
Rub myself.
I'd go to the Pittsburgh Penguins change room and be like, everyone take a shirt off.
Okay, I'm good.
I am the captain of this team, and you will listen to me. Everyone take off their shirts. Come here for a second. All right, get out of here. You come here.
I feel like you could just accomplish this goal now if you really wanted to.
I don't think that would work because Nicholas Mazzeo walks into the Pittsburgh
Everyone take
Penguins.
off their shirts. I'm a social worker. I know what I'm doing.
I think it'd be crazy if you like swapped into like your wife's body or something. Like that would be
Okay, we all know what
like
we
it.
do.
Yeah,
We
squat
don't need
over
to
a
talk
mirror.
about it.
All day, every day.
Just like or like the opposite gender. That would be like that would be the Freaky Friday equivalent. I think we're trying to get to.
Yeah.
But
Or then there's so Freaky Friday was like the mom and the daughter,
yeah,
and then there was like 13 turning on 30, which had that chick
Jennifer
Connolly, not Connolly,
Garner.
yeah. Where like she's 30, which is what we are, and switch bodies with a 13-year-old. So that would be actually the cooler thing: switching bodies with a 13-year-old.
You just have to go to school unless you want to call him sick.
I would call him sick. I would not go to class. I'm having a mental breakdown. I'm in a 13-year-old's body.
Think about sure you could rock those tests if you had any that day.
Yeah, okay. I go in and do good at one test, and I go.
Though a good
I'd feel good.
a good permanent switch.
Oh, know what the problem is? You do that test, and you actually fail it. It turns out you're an idiot.
I shouldn't. Be
Have you ever
here.
seen a grade like 3 or 4 test lately?
No.
I can't do half that stuff. I'm just trying to do long division right now.
Carrie
Yeah,
was
that's not 3 and 4. That's like 10.
grade 10?
Maybe on the ESL scale. Grade
Is that
10
when you
learning
learn
long
long
division.
I
I'm
don't
pretty
know.
sure I was doing calculus. I don't know about you.
I was in calculus too. I was just 11. I was in calculus.
Okay, for the you did not learn long division in grade 10.
Anyways.
yeah, like let's get
I
that
took
on the record.
calculus.
That's just
I don't remember. But anyways, I think that'd be the funner thing, like switching. Not
if
funner,
I had
but
to
more
perma
interesting.
switch, I think best case would be take my 31-year-old brain now and what I know, put that back into like the 13-year-old.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't have to be me. It could be me with abs.
This one's abs. So
Whatever 13-year-old body you're in, boy or girl, whatever it is, just in you're like, you gotta get abs.
I need abs.
Abs right now. Start
And
abs.
that but imagine how much you would rock life if you got to like almost reset to a point, like go back to 13-year-old you, but with the 31-year-old brain you got now.
This is a whole different topic because then the topic is like, what would you do different? Like, let's get in. Like, that's a whole different thing. What would you do different?
this makes me. I don't know why this.
What other career path would you take? What you'd still like normal
invest in
life?
Facebook and shit and
No, like
Google.
like right now. You're like right now, not back in the future. Like you wake up today, 2016, as a 13-year-old boy, and then you
do
meet.
sit-ups.
No,
Get ahead of this game.
all I've learned
Nick really wants that.
in these 20 years is that I need.
You can
Abs.
get by with looks and abs, man. That's all you need.
All this brain swapping thing has somehow got me to thinking: who would play you in a movie? What actor, famous actor, would play each of us?
Seth Rogen.
That would play you?
That's your closest you could think of is Seth Rogen. No, I'd be the guy from Whose Line. The guy from Whose Line Is It Anyways would be me.
Tall
I've
guy?
gotten that a lot. Yeah, Ryan Stiles.
He's too tall.
Okay, well,
I would get the
But-
actual Jamie Campbell from Sportsnet
to play me.
because he looks like you.
Yeah, he could be you. He could do it. With a little bit of makeup, he could do it. Who would play me? George Lopez.
Actually, I was gonna say Jack Black.
Oh, Jack Black would be good. That'd be good, Jack Black.
Yeah, and he's played a Mexican before. So
With a mustache. You guys not notice?
Juan.
Juan.
That's
Yeah.
Nick's one.
I don't know. I've always that's always a question. Everyone always asks that. Who would play you in yourself
A
in a movie?
telenovela
Everyone always
star
asks.
with abs.
Who?
A telenovela star with abs.
Oh yeah.
He has to have abs.
Has that Antonio Banderas?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, we good?
We got nowhere with this, but I like it. There's more to it. I want to come back to this someday.
Yeah.
That's on the list of 18 topics so far. We got to revisit. All right, let's move on. Next topic is Jesus.
Yeah, so let's tone it down a little bit.
That was a fun topic.
We need to be relevant. That last topic was the least relevant. It's relevant to no one.
What fun topic do you have for us now?
It's the least fun thing in the world.
No way.
Yep. It's called traffic.
Oh wow.
No, I know it sucks as a topic, but it's worth discussing. Do you deal with a lot of traffic? Because you're traveling to Hamilton.
I try to avoid as best as possible. So like I'll not book client visits till like 9:30, so I'm not on the road till 9. So I've missed a lot of rush hour. I'll take the 407 whenever possible. So if you're gonna talk about tolls, I have a lot to say about it.
Yeah. Do you take a lot of traffic? Do you do a lot of traffic?
I drive a lot. Like I pretty much work 9 to 5. I do drive. Like I go out to see clients, but I mean that's during the 9 to 5 hours, so I don't really hit too much traffic. The odd time, but yeah, I get traffic sometimes coming home from work, or if I'm ending a session in Brampton at like 4 or 5 o'clock. Gotta take the 410, 403.
410's the worst.
410 North has to be. You want to talk? That has to be the worst traffic. Yeah. Even the
on ramp,
the on ramp from the 401 or whatever. I wouldn't go home.
Yeah, like the 410 is the worst. Yeah. But the 401 is can be and is bad.
Yeah, is bad.
The Gardner is bad. Oh, the Gardner doesn't faze me too much. DVP bugs me.
So the mayor of Toronto is going to be proposing.
No, proposed.
Oh, it is proposed?
Yeah, he announced. So today, the reason I'm bringing it up, because it's relevant, John Tory, the mayor, discussed bringing tolls into the DVP and the Gardner specifically. A $2 toll. The details are still being discussed. Like, it could be $2 a day, like, and then you use it all day. It could be
kilometer based,
or like, well, because the Gardner and the DVP both are not very large. So it'd be like the whole toll. You get in and you can go up and down the DVP. Like it'd be a round trip, like one trip south and one trip north, or one trip north, one trip south. That's it for $2. And $2 was the magic number. And they were figuring they can generate about $200 million a year off these tolls. $2 a toll, and using it. And the big reason for the tolls is not just to generate money for the sake of it, because they need to fix the traffic problem. So the idea is that with the money, one, it's going to discourage some, not all, but some people from using the DVP, thus alleviating congestion. And two is then invest that money into a better transit system, which will then again alleviate congestion, and then again invest that money in a better transit system. I don't know, wider road, extra lanes, whatever they have in planned. So, are you in favor of tolls?
I'm in favor of them, but only if it reduces congestion, which I don't think is the primary goal, and I don't think it's going to achieve very much. Even if you get 10% of people to be discouraged from spending $2 a day, I don't think that's going to help at all. I'm still for it.
Because $2 is that magic number that you'll be like, whatever, I gotta take it.
Like when I pay to go on the 407, I expect smooth sailing, beginning to end, not a lick.
And that's
traffic.
not always the case, but it's usually the case.
I've never seen traffic on the 407.
I have,
but the 407 is like a different toll system. Like that's an actual deterrent. Like
yeah, and the way they do it is kind of smart / I mean, if you were to take it right now at 8 p.m. on a Thursday, it's nothing to get from here to across the city, no problem. But if you were to do that same route at 8 a.m. on a Monday,
it is busy.
It's busy, and the cost is way higher, so it's time based.
If I put myself in Vanessa's shoes, though, I hate it because A, she's using it every single day. B, I don't think it's going to help. So it's just going to be an extra expense out of our pockets. Hopefully her work may cover it. They cover a lot of her.
But the thing is, you're thinking about, you got to think long term too, because the 407 is a private highway. Some dude's like, I'll build it, but I'm charging, and it's like my money, right? This is like we're charging, but the government's charging, and the idea is that money is going to get reinvested into the city in a way or another. So not just alleviating congestion, but it's, again, making, maybe, I don't know what the solution is. So that's kind of what I want to talk about either. It's like if you were told right now, like, you know, you guys live in Mississauga right now, whatever. But if you had to somehow fix the traffic problem in the GTA, how would you go about doing it? What are some possible solutions you could even imagine? Like underground highways, like a tunnel?
Those would take 40 years to build, and I'll be dead. That's my issue with it. Is I don't. I mean,
but I don't think 40 years. I mean, 10. I'd say 10 years.
I like the things they're doing in China or Japan or wherever it is. Those buses that go on top of the roads. Have you seen those?
No.
Yeah, it gets all like the buses off the roads and stuff. But
so it's actually like on rails, and cars, like the bus is elevated, and cars drive under it.
So you guys, I mean, how often do you take public transit?
Never.
Zero. Not anymore. Like
When you guys were in Toronto, you a bit more,
Yeah,
right? I
daily.
mean, I remember we would use it
daily.
to go. But
I
no,
would take to go to in college. I was taking an hour and a half commute with the bus and the subway all the way to Scarborough.
That's Vanessa's commute.
daily,
Pretty much, yeah.
one way or both.
Both-ish. An hour there, an hour and 15, 20 back.
Gross.
I always
But my
thought-
thing is like, so we're going back to public transit. You don't use it, and that's fine. We did use it a little bit, obviously, when we were younger, going out at night on weekends. Is there any level of improvement that would make you want to use it more? Like if there was
Use what public transportation?
yeah,
In Toronto.
like in the GTA, like even like
I
a
just
subway
hate-
line that
okay,
extended
what
all
I
the way
hate
to
about public
Mississauga.
transportation, I feel like in Toronto it's semi-reliant, like pretty reliant. Like, you know, if you're at a bus stop, there's going to be one between like 5 and 8 minutes. And if it's rush hour, even faster than that probably. I get anxiety. I've never taken public transportation in like Mississauga or Brampton. I get anxiety watching people stand at the bus stop like Mississauga, like fucking 9th line somewhere. Like, who knows when that bus is coming? Like, who knows when you're getting on that bus? Like, and if you've missed it, it's probably 45 minutes. Like, that would have to be the first thing. Like, if I'm going to take the bus or public, like I live in Mississauga now.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe it is reliable. You just don't know it. Like I know I think it's more remote spots, but I'm sure they have an app or something. And I don't know. I'm just saying. But like,
Sure.
TTC has an app that tells you exactly.
Okay, I could plug into that way, but is it still coming around every 8 minutes, 5 minutes? I feel like
No,
it's not.
it's probably not. It's probably coming out of it 15, 20, or maybe more. But if you have an app telling you exactly when it's coming, then you can just
Plan around that.
plan
But they
around
keep
it.
jacking up the price. Like, TTC wants to raise the
another
fares
10
again.
cents.
If I had to drive in the heart of downtown Toronto at 8 in the morning with my car, and I know it's going to take me, let's say, an hour, how much time is public transport saving me?
You were dying there a second ago.
How much is it saving me? How much time?
But
Public transportation?
half.
Yeah.
Like Vanessa, like she said, an hour and a bit to get downtown. If right now it's not convenient, but if they were maybe a little further south in Mississauga or whatever, Go Transit. I know a lot of people take Go Transit.
There's a station right by my house.
Well, I know a lot of people take Go Transit and they swear by it. They say it's awesome. They jump
Pricey,
on.
but it's
They jump on. It's relatively reliable, and it takes them right into the heart of Toronto. And from there, they can just
we
get around.
we can get from Port Credit, GO train to Exhibition in half hour, not even.
yeah.
I think. So it's
When you factor in, okay, I would say fuel, whatever, depends unless you're driving a giant truck. Fuel is almost negligible, but the time and then parking as well, because you factor in having to pay for parking. Like for example, I'm going to the ACC on Tuesday, and it's just like that's one massive factor there. It's like driving the problem isn't there. Yeah, you're dealing with traffic. You leave a little earlier, but then you're paying $25 for parking.
I think if I worked downtown and lived where you lived, I'd probably be taking it. I feel like I would.
if you work downtown, lived
Where
he
he lives, I think I would.
And
I
there's
just feel like
there's a
coming
GO
from Mississauga,
station.
I got to transfer off GOs and this and that.
But see, there's right where William lives. There's that GO station, and they have that specifically have that Pearson Express, Up Express, which is this goes from Union Station. There's 2 stops in between, and then straight to Pearson Airport. One of the stops in between happens to be right at Lawrence and Weston, where William lives, and I've taken that a few times, and it's fantastic. Just it's like a bullet, and it just within like I have no idea, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, you're boom at Union Station.
I always had an idea to overhaul the Gardner, and it's probably like a huge engineering feat, and I don't even know
For
if
the
it's
record,
possible.
they're looking at spending $33 billion. That's like
For $33
what
billion,
they
I
need-
think
what they
you
need.
could do my idea.
okay.
My idea was to build a second Gardner on top of the existing one, but have no exits. Like it basically took you from like maybe it had like 2 major exits. Like there was a Mississauga exit, a Bay Street exit, and then like a car lot exit. So it's basically like an express version of the Gardner. I don't know if that would help or not, but I always thought you'd have half the traffic up there and half traffic down here, and it would help. But I don't know if that's a great
Could you
idea.
imagine the day there's an accident?
On the top one?
You're not getting off, like, ever.
Oh yeah, for sure. Right.
Like,
Yeah. Or even emergency services are not getting to you.
Yeah, I didn't think
And
about any of those things.
No. But I have, and sometimes maybe it's just me, and I'll admit it's me. I get like weird driving like on high bridges. I drove from here all the way to South Beach one year, Miami, and there's these ridiculous massive bridges that you drive on, and you're high up, and you're like looking down, like you're driving, you're looking down. I get kind of this like not vertical because I'm not afraid of heights, but like this weird like.
It wouldn't be that much.
It was like that in when I went to Vancouver last year, or whatever. Like you're just driving up a mountain, and it's like, and it's not like, you're literally on the, only one car can fit by. It's a road, but it's like, it's like just on the other side of that cliff is nothing. It's just your death.
Yeah,
and it's just like.
You ever driven a PEI?
New Brunswick, not PEI.
It's a bridge that goes from Nova Scotia PEI or New Brunswick to PEI.
Yeah, isn't it the longest? Something bridge,
but it's like you're in the middle of the ocean, pretty much.
See, I don't know how I feel about that.
I went on it when it was like maybe just a year or two after it was built. It was really cool.
So that's how I feel like that second double decker. See, I'm more about a tunnel. I'm more of a tunnel guy.
Digging takes time.
You're right, but I feel like if done properly, it's like less intrusive too. Like if I don't know,
there's just the problem with like. You brought this up as a potential topic, and funny enough, that person called me earlier. I don't know who they are. I'll see what they want. Today. So it took me 27 minutes to drive less than 10 kilometers on 9th line. I was coming from Oakville, pretty much from like almost the QEW, like upper middle road to here, like 27 minutes.
I think that's upper middle road is the actual name of the road.
Oakville. Isn't it an exit on the 401?
Yeah.
And so that's because it's one lane. 9th line is one lane. But like that's the thing. It's like the city doesn't adapt fast enough. Like because a few years ago or 10, 15 years ago, even now it's like on certain parts of 9 it's just farm. There's nothing there, and it's just this one lane road. But now all this shit's built up. It's like the city doesn't adapt fast enough to the traffic. So I'd say like either just pump more money, just keep making things 2, 3, 4, 10 lanes. I don't give a shit.
But that's the thing, though. To be able to get that money, you need to make money, right? So that's the whole discussion about this.
We need Rob Ford back.
Well, even he was saying like efficiencies aren't going to solve this problem. Like efficiencies might earn an extra 10 million, but when you need 33 billion, efficiencies aren't the solution to this problem.
That's the thing too.
I need to stop building condos.
So we like,
are
we going like Trump here? Are we going full Trump?
Yeah, like
limit immigration.
Dwight Schrute on the show The Office. He's like, we just need like a good plague, just like. just a good maybe quarter to 50% of the population.
Yeah, cancer's been doing its job for.
That's not a plague though. I need like a quick wipeout. Like you can last a long time on cancer. So tumor or something. He's still kicking. So something like that. Because even yesterday I was at Weston and Finch. It was like 3:30. And it was like gross. Like I don't go around Weston and Finch.
That's because that's your hood, man. You grew up there.
Weston Finch is gross in general.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta show you this picture.
Topic's so controversial.
I gotta show you this picture later. But and
I'm excited for this photo.
I was in a lawyer's office to help my brother out with some paperwork.
He's always in trouble. That
they want to deport him.
See, that's the solution to the traffic problem. Deport Lucas.
Deport Lucas.
We could lose a Lucas if we.
So, anyways, so much traffic because they're building up those new condos. It's just like. That part used to not necessarily be like a traffic.
No.
But it's gross now. Like just to turn.
But everything is gross, man. Everything. Today I had to drive from North York all the way. I got off at the Markham exit off the 401, like way at the other end of the 401.
Yeah.
Markham Street, and it was like an hour, right? Just because it was a little gloomy and rainy. It just people driving.
Or like when you turn the clocks back and it's like suddenly dark at 5 o'clock.
That's a whole different topic.
This is a lawyer's office at Weston and Finch. This is a waiting room. This is the one my brother picked. Jenny,
put that photo up here for people to see.
So the traffic was gross. The law offices at Weston and Finch
are gross.
Are nasty. I'd take a picture. But
so, anyways, going back, it was full circle here. Consensus is we're okay with spending tolls, right? And I mean, DVP and Gardner.
Even when I lived in Toronto, I used the DVT.
Okay, so
like
that's
twice a year.
Going back, so that was the start.
That's the whole part of Toronto I don't mess with.
401. That's the heart and blood of this city. I truly believe that 401
think they
is
need
what
to make
makes the city run.
I think the price needs to be so expensive. We're driving on the highways a luxury.
Like more than the 407, or just match the 407.
More
407 is pretty luxury based. Again, because it's time
I want
based.
people off my 401 and off my Gardner.
I literally have driven on the 401, I think, once. That's it. Or
Your life?
407, sorry.
I'm trying
How
to,
do you get around if you don't drive on the
I
401?
don't leave my house.
I was trying to quantify what I would pay.
407.
What I would pay. I feel like I'd pay like
So
$300 a month or something.
Like, I will
So
avoid-
some people, the average is like $10 a day.
Yeah, so 300.
$10 a day is what the 407 costs some people when they go kind of cross
They're
city.
using it every day.
Going to work at like 8 a.m., 8:30, like rush hour, and coming home at like 5. Right? So those are peak times and the prices of the tolls and going across the city, right? From one end to the other.
You know what it
$10
is?
a day.
You know what it is? It's because
And that's plus a transponder fee.
you know what it is? Because I know there is an alternative, which is the 401, which is free. I will sit in that traffic. But
See,
I would never.
See, no, here's the thing though. For example, this guy we all know named Vince,
Yeah.
right? Works in what I assume to be the farthest place in the world, which is actually closer than what your house is, which is boggles my mind. Georgetown, right? Whenever I go visit him, I usually go around like noon. I take the 401. 401, get off at Winston Churchill, go up, go visit him in Georgetown.
You know my house is like right there.
I know, that's what I'm saying. You live too far.
How's Georgetown closer then?
It's not. It is a little closer. It's an exit closer off the 401.
No, you're getting off at Winston Churchill to come to my house.
Yeah, but then I go past it. Okay, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Right? But normally when I'm like, I bring my car in for maintenance, it's normally done because we have lunch, whatever. It's like 2, 3 o'clock. I check my Google Maps. 401, hour. 407, 36 minutes.
100% 407.
You know what I mean? And it's going to cost me, one way, it's going to cost me $5.
I think 8 minutes is my
Not even
threshold.
$5. It's going to cost me like, let's say $5. It should be under $5. One way, my time is worth something. It's not worth a lot.
And so it's just how you view it. Like for me, those 25 or so minutes, not worth, because then it's a slippery slope. You do it once, you're like, oh,
That's
shit.
what I don't take it there.
You do it once and then you just start
One way.
justifying it
No,
all
but
the
one
time.
way. Like one way.
Yeah, no, yeah, but I mean, like every time you like are gonna hit some traffic. Like if I forget to turn off tolls on my GPS and I realize it's taking me to the 407, I will like swerve. Like I will just be like, fuck it.
I'll take it one step further. My threshold's more like 8 to 10 minutes. And I always compare 401 to 407. And if I can save 10 minutes taking the 407, I absolutely will.
And see, for me, my money is more
Where's your
valuable
threshold?
than my time.
Well, he didn't do 25 minutes, so like I don't know what else you could do.
It would have to be. It
Like
would
an
have
hour
It would have
difference?
to be maybe like around an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. You know, because whatever it's
No, so
conjunction.
money's time, man. Or time is money.
Not even like
Fuck
time.
off! I know exactly what you're gonna do when you go home. Nothing.
And that's exactly it though.
You're
But
gonna do
I
nothing. I'm gonna do nothing.
but I treasure the ability to do nothing in my house instead of in a car. I value that. I value coming home and being able to like lay on my couch and lay on my bed or just hang out with whoever.
Yeah, the
and
faster I
just-
get out of my car, the better.
I guess for me it's just it's the whatever that XY chart, time, value, money.
Yeah, obviously
For me,
there's a thing that sooner or later you will accept the 407,
Yes.
but it's just like
But
you're
for
cut off as
even
high.
25 minutes, definitely not 8 or 10 minutes, but even for
25 minutes is, but it's not even 25 minutes
it would
more.
add up. It would add up if it was like, if that was then, if you're talking about then maybe both ways, maybe, but if it's just like a one-way trip, like coming home from Georgetown and it's to save 25 minutes, like, nah.
But the thing is too is like if you told me like there's some way like you have to just wait 25 minutes. Canadian Tire, wait 25 minutes
And the
and
traffic
then
will
go.
cut, yeah.
Or pay $5
Then
and you
go.
can leave now.
I would wait, but that's exactly it. Or pay $5 and leave now. I would wait in Canadian Tire, or I would wait in my car in the parking lot.
Yeah, but that's kind of
It's the
I think you feel like you're contradicting.
No,
yourself.
I think you're defeating your own argument.
no, it's the sitting in traffic that also is part of the
Canadian
deterrent.
traffic blows.
Do you know what I mean? Like the stop and go.
Okay, what if you had to stand still in Canadian Tire? You couldn't go look around or anything.
And you
just
swap
had-
bodies.
You had,
No,
you had a
with
little
Vince.
portable radio on you to imitate being in a car.
The point was, I could even be in my car. Like if I say, okay, stay in the parking lot of Canadian Tire for
I feel like
25 more
like
minutes.
You're contradicting yourself.
No, because you got to consider the car as well. I mean, this is stretching. I'll admit it's stretching. But like wear and tear on your car, the braking and going, the environment. There's a whole
Oh,
bunch
fuck
of
that. I know a great mechanic.
yeah, but these are all
You just fix that
factors.
problem by going to Vince at Georgetown. Now you can drive all you want.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the issue is you don't have enough good podcasts to listen to keep your drive busy, which you can find us on Google Play and iTunes everywhere. Like,
all
subscribe, share. Anyways,
Let's
ladies
all
and
pay
gentlemen,
tolls. Tolls are coming. Accept them.
hopefully not. Ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to the next topic, which is me.
Vamos.
Yeah, me. I want to know kind of another question here. What one moment would you like to relive again for the first time in your life? If you could go back to
Relive and alter it in any way or form, or relive
No, you're not altering,
exactly
you're not-
as
we will stumble into that,
So-
but no, the question stands right now.
So how I posed this to Nick was that it would be the thing about the first time. Maybe you can't relate to this. I think the first time Degeneration X came out. I don't think you can relate to this, but
Suck
just
it.
being in that moment and knowing that you're in the prime of something like WWE, like in the prime, but at the time you didn't know it was a prime, right? So you didn't know that this awesomeness was going to end, or the first time
Ride
you
this forever.
you bought a PlayStation 2, or the first time you had chocolate ice cream. Like if you could relive those little moments, you know what I mean? That's where I
Ooh.
was going with this.
To incorporate a dad part in this, that's going to be cool. Now you mentioned that shit. Like next weekend, we're going to just introduce some food. That like it's going to be cool to see that. Like you saw that something, and obviously you'll keep seeing more stuff with Link, his first steps. But like that's going to be cool. Like as a dad now, seeing that stuff as like
so by 10
they learn
years.
things, they do
But
things.
what, I don't really know. I like. Okay, so yeah, you're saying introduce food, and that's gonna be exciting. But if you could relive one thing in 10 years, you'd want to come back and seemingly eat food for the first time. Like is that?
That's not the one. There's no one thing limit here. We're just going to talk about different things that you would want to relive. Like for me, also, I'd want to relive watching Lost over again, right? As much as I can go back and download another episode of Lost, I can't relive it like it was the first time I watched it. You know what I mean? That's where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
Maybe you're not wrapping
I'm
your head around
struggling with
it.
it a little bit. I'm struggling with it a little bit.
You know, the first time you went on a date with Tanya, right? Or, I could download as many WWE clips on YouTube as I want, but I don't get the same feeling as when I saw those things for the first time.
Yeah, but I don't get it. You're gonna go back in time, but you're not gonna get the same feeling because then you didn't know it was special. It was just a thing. Or did you know when you watched those episodes of WWE? Did you know it was something special? Like, did you were like?
No, because I think you're caught up in it. Like it's after the fact that you know those things.
This
awesome.
question, I'm trying to wrap my head around it because this is like one of those questions. Like
Right.
everyone like this is like it's one of the
Hypotheticals, yes.
hypothetical questions people ask. But yeah, I guess you have to. Is it? Would I be reliving it? Kind of like this outer body experience, like go back to 13-year-old me, and I'm like over here.
No, I don't think you got to think about the science of it.
Viewing myself experiencing that, and then I get to relive that in a sense. Because then if I'm reliving it with my memory erased, I don't really appreciate it then. Because just like you didn't appreciate it 15 years ago.
I guess I get what you're trying to get at, but it's more like when you watch Star Wars for the first time, you still anticipated it. You still know it was going to be awesome. You didn't know what you're getting into. That anticipation that like, what's going to be this movie? Back then, trailers weren't really like they are nowadays, right? You're reading about this thing. There's no internet, so you're anticipating.
A couple.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, like I think if you bring up Star Wars, then a couple like last year when we were sitting in that movie theater in Star Wars Episode 7, and like the
Started scrolling.
yeah, but it's the fanfare like
Yeah.
kicks off. Like I got goosebumps again. And we've been so burned by the prequels that I actually had very minimal hype.
Yeah.
I was just seeing it because you have to. But when that happened, something clicked, and I think I turned to you and I said, "This is happening."
Yeah.
Like 10 years, like it's back, and
Yeah.
and
But I'm
like,
talking about those feelings. If you could
it's just
relive
like,
them,
I had a good feeling, and
Yeah.
it was like I like that feeling.
Yeah.
So if I can relive that, like now you turn on Episode 7, you can get it on Netflix or you can buy the Blu-ray. It's just like it's not.
But you don't have to relive it. Just can't you just watch like the next episode coming out, like the next episode?
But there's a certain specialness to this, like it's back.
The gap,
like,
the gap.
It was
that
a
was
10-year.
Yeah. No, I know. I saw it too, and I appreciated its return.
But Star Wars isn't your thing.
No,
per
I
se.
know.
So like, it would be like reliving that moment, or
What about like relationships? You know, when you start dating someone for the first time, it has that different feel.
I barely remembered.
I don't care what people say about their relationships of being great and awesome. They are awesome, but it's different from that first like month with Vanessa. Like it was extra special.
I mean,
if
that's
you
what
could
it's all
relive
about.
that-
Like getting to know that person, and being in love is one thing. Falling in love is something else.
Right.
And that's when you're falling in love. You're falling in love. You're like every single interaction with that person somehow is better and better and
You got,
better.
like, a
Yeah, so
regular
if
sex
I gave you
life.
the power to relive that falling in love moment again, not redo it, not change it, not have an out of body experience, just go back in time for a minute.
Are you
or
telling
two.
me this is an option with the virtual reality thing you just bought?
Might be in a few years.
one day, I guess. What would be like?
You know what? No one was kind of special. Like I don't know. I can't. This one is hard for me to kind of envision. Maybe this is too superficial, but like even last year, I went to I watched Argentina play Panama in the Copa America in Chicago, and at halftime, Messi came on. There was a foul, and he scored this amazing goal. It's actually nominated for the Pukas Award for one of the best goals of the year, and I was there. I was in the stadium and I had really good seats. It was on the other side of the field, and he just got onto the field, free kick, lined it up, and just scored this amazing goal. And to just be there was one of those moments where it's just like everything was there. Stadium full of people just.
And you can go on YouTube and watch that right now, but you're not going to get the same feel.
Yeah, so that. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Right, I've watched the goal again, and I'm like, oh, that's a beautiful goal. And then I remember I was there. I felt those screams when people cheered for that goal.
Yeah.
It was something special. So, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to go relive that. I did it. I think that the knowing that I did it is good enough. I don't think I have to be there again. Or relive that
I think
moment.
that's a fair opinion.
It's a fair opinion, but I had it on like the tip of my tongue, kind of like what, like there was like there's something, and then, fuck. I don't know, man. Like I know.
Also, one of the sensations that was very unique for me and very special, and you can probably relate to this, is when I was 20, I took a solo trip to Argentina by myself, backpack, and I remember it was my first time ever doing something like this, like completely by myself, no family, no friends, nothing. I remember being at the airport. My parents took me, obviously, and then it was like, going to security or checking in, and it was just like, kiss them all. Obviously, I cry because I cry, right? And just being like, okay, fine. Just turning around and walking and knowing that was it. Like, it's me. From that step forward, it was me. I could go left, or I could go right, or I could go up, or I could go down, and it was me, and nothing else was there to tell me otherwise. And it was that moment where it was just like, it was special. I did nothing special.
You gave me chills just now. See.
You know what I mean? It was nothing special. I walked to Tim Hortons, grabbed a coffee, waited in the waiting area, got on the plane, hung out with Lily Allen. True story. And
I heard the story.
yeah, no, so I'm not gonna tell it. But
don't tell it.
I hung out with Lily Allen on the plane. You know what I mean? Nothing special happened, but it was the freedom to be able to do anything I wanted, whenever I wanted, however I wanted, and not be accountable to anyone. That first solo flight, that was a special moment. Again, would I wanna relive it? I don't know. I think it was special, and I can just remember it, and that, but it itself makes it special.
I guess
This is sort of doesn't count because I'm going back in time now. But when we were living in Jesus' body, I totally would have went up to his boss and being like, something about a fake army or something.
Hey, when can I get in the real army?
Hey. Or like when someone comes in the meeting and like they're signing up. So where's the fake army checkbox? Which one do you want to sign up for? Approved.
Approved.
No.
Only have the authorization to sign you up for the fake army.
Talking about the VR stuff, it's still so at its genesis that it's inevitable that I know some phones already do those 3D pictures. I know some Androids probably do it, right? Apple will get it in like 3 years. But there's going to be phones that eventually, hopefully, actually map that in 3D. And then you can load that up probably as a video into your VR and be there, like your soccer moment or me at the wildcard game with the Blue Jays. I was thinking you brought up the family.
Or on your
member
wedding
thing.
day, like be able to take a 3D photo
And
and then
be there
and
again,
then
right?
put it on and be at your wedding.
That's
day.
going to happen. Like we're talking years away, not even. And then you mentioned family members. I think you mentioned it. Maybe I just thought that in my head and then I mentioned it.
I mentioned a family member, yeah.
So
Or
imagine a close family member passing away, but before that, you got to record some sort of interaction, or even if it's like watching a movie on the couch with them, and you have them in VR, and you could sit down, load up a movie in VR. Remember, I showed you the watching the screen thing in VR. Imagine you can like load a family member in there sitting beside you. Imagine how surreal that would be. We're not talking about like Tupac being on stage here and like, not that.
Bring Tupac back.
Imagine just
And-
sitting
and you're
beside
right.
like a family member on the couch watching a movie, and all it is you glancing at them every now and then. You're not gonna have a
I
conversation.
feel like
with
that's
them.
unhealthy.
It probably is. But I think that'd be cool in a way. Like
But,
you could
but
preserve
you were just
someone
saying
like
you
that.
were just saying that it was if you could relive a moment because if you
That's this whole topic. Yeah.
we were talking
As you were just
You're just talking about it.
briefly mentioned. No, but more specifically, that whole stupid wrestling thing you guys were talking about.
Yeah.
I can't even remember what the words were that you mixed together to make sense of that. But isn't this VR thing like aren't you in the genesis of it? Aren't you, can't you maybe 5 years look back and say like, like the excitement of being one of the first adapters?
I think
that's what I was going for.
adopters.
I think the point of this topic and the question is like a moment, like Messi's goal or whatever. That's like unless there was a very specific moment, like again some app or game that you played and it gave you that moment. But yeah, I don't think it'll be like, oh, I want to relive.
The
November
80s.
14th to like December 27th while
Or
I
like all of the 80s. I just want to relive my birth year, my birth year up until the 90s.
Yeah, I think now your trip to Argentina sparked my memory, I think, a little bit. And I think this is where I was showing it because I feel like this would be the perfect use of this was the last time I saw my grandfather in Uruguay, not knowing that would be the last time I saw him.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be like, I think I would have been like 23. And it was the last time I've been to Uruguay, so about 7-8 years ago now. And he took me to the airport. That was just me on that trip. And then said goodbye. He's not really emotional. He's like old man, grumpy kind of thing. So he doesn't really get emotional. Got a little emotional. But you kind of like suspect, like, I'll probably be here within 8 years. And he was getting up there in age, but he was like built like an ox. But then he got sick pretty quick, and then he died, right? He passed away.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be like I think that would be like best way to capitalize. Like
I'm choking up a little bit here.
Like you not knowing that that's the last time and that you're in that moment, but you don't know you're in that moment.
Yeah.
It's just like you can go back in time. Maybe you say something or like whatever, but that's it. It's just like you could go back and live that time.
This topic got too deep for me.
It got too real.
I'm deep. It got too real.
Because I brought up Tupac.
Yeah, man. If you could bring back Tupac.
Bring back Tupac. Or to lighten up a little bit, it'd be the first time I met my wife. Bonus points.
Relive that moment, but
When you
No,
cash,
I'm joking. No, fuck that. I was just trying to get some bonus
When are you
points.
gonna cash those bonus points in?
Never, because she also doesn't watch this anymore. So I am.
Maybe they expired like air miles.
Yeah, they do. Anyways, let's move on because I think we have to leave for soccer.
What time is it?
It's 10 to 9.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, sir.
Anyways, final dad topic. Kick it back to Jesus.
This one's kind of lighthearted, simple. So far, having a child has been fun and rewarding, but it's been a lot of work. Sooner or later, these kids are going to have to repay some of this work that I'm putting into them via chores.
Can't wait.
There's a couple of little chores that I look forward, because I remember me doing them, that I look forward to them. One is taking out the trash. Just taking out the trash. I lived in an apartment building. So for me to take out the trash, I had to go down the hall, down the other hall, outside, because they didn't have a garbage chute.
What?
We didn't have a garbage chute. We didn't have a garbage chute. So it was like you had to go out into like the parking lot and fucking dump it. Yeah.
Oh, my grandfather used to tie me running the garbage chute. It was like a fun thing I did. I think
'Cause
I did it in like 5 seconds.
It wasn't a high rise. It was like three-story apartment buildings. Old. They didn't have garbage chutes. So yeah, the garbage bin was like out in the parking lot. You had to go outside, dump it. So it sucked in the winter. The other thing was bringing in groceries. Also because it was an apartment building, I mean, you'd appreciate that. It's like you had to like
Horrible.
bringing them up.
My mom would call me to come down to the lobby and help her up and stuff.
Yeah. So now with the house is different. It's just like from the driveway in the house. But even then, it still sucks sometimes.
Still gotta do it in one
My
shot.
last townhouse sucked. The flight of stairs you had to go up there.
Yeah.
I hated it.
Even having like 15, I end up having like 15 bags of groceries sometimes. Bringing those in. That's one of those things. That's not even a chore. Cause
What's your topic?
Chores.
See, but what about them? Like,
well, like what chores do you look forward to assign to your kids? Did you have like specific chores that you had to do? And the other one was, did you receive reward for doing your chores? Like, did you get an allowance, or did you like, or was it just expected for you to be?
I didn't get any sort of reward or anything. I used to enjoy washing dishes. I still like loading up.
I like washing dishes to this day.
I like loading up the dishwasher now. I like putting away dishes. I actually I know we were going to talk about what don't you like about chores, but I think I like a lot of things about chores. Shoveling the driveway I find very fun. I don't know why. I just
because you're new to it.
I'm probably new to it, right? I haven't used to have a house where you do that much.
But 1 year, you've been it once.
Oh, but now you got
I had
the
the townhouse
driveway.
too.
It's gonna be nice and smooth.
I know. I can't wait to use the
nice.
snowblower too, or the snow machine.
Can't believe you need a snow machine.
I got it from a relative that passed away. Man, get out of here.
Fine.
It'd be disrespectful not to use it at this point.
It's what he
I didn't
wanted.
even use it last summer because my driveway was like this, and anyways. But I think it's the OCD thing about it. It's like I like seeing the progress of it getting cleared away. It's just
sometimes, and you get a good sweat on. Sometimes,
one of the things that I like to do, and it wasn't even a chore because I did this like when before I got married in my own room. Like no one would come into my room or anything like that. But I liked not so much cleaning my room, organizing my room. Like once in a while, I would just put away all my my laundry was like sometimes like. Everything would be spotless. Even like
every time you tell yourself it's gonna stay like this.
Yeah, exactly.
It never does.
It doesn't. But all my shirts, I would even I have tons of dress shirts or button-up shirts, and it'd be the whites, and then it'd be like the light colors, and then the blues, and then the black. Like all it would be color coordinated type thing, and all my dress pants and pants would be all hung, and like everything would be organized. My bookshelf would get dusted and everything like that. It'd be perfect. My room would be perfect. And I love that moment when it was just like going back to reliving moments. I wouldn't relive this because that's weird. But just when it's done, it'd be like, my room is perfect. It's exactly how I want it to be. I like doing that. I like cleaning my room. I remember as a child, that was like my one thing. I had to clean my room. It had to be organized, put away all my toys. That's so much. That's not my life these days.
Growing up, I never had like a chore list. And there wasn't, or not even a chore list, but there wasn't even like consistent chores that were like, that's Nick's thing. It's just whatever your mom told you to do. Like take out the trash.
Yeah.
Maybe the next day you never got told to take out the trash, but it's like clean your room or whatever.
I never had you're right. It was never like a signed thing. It was like garbage is your responsibility. It was just like the garbage, take out the garbage today.
Full, take it out.
And then if I wasn't home, someone else would do it. Like it would get done. Mowing the lawn was one of those things. Like it wasn't my job. But my dad would wake up like Saturday morning, like 6:30 a.m. and start mowing the lawn, and he'd go wake me up. And it was one of those things like I had to just help him. And it would be sometimes I'd be annoyed because I'd just go out there and just stand. Because I'm like, okay, Dad, let me do it then. He's like, no. You're gonna help me. I'm like, what do you want me to do? He's just, I don't know. Go rake the mulch or something. And it was just a matter of being there. Just being there helping him. It wasn't necessarily having to do it. It's not like my dad would be inside drinking a beer or anything like that. He would do it, but I had to be there and help him.
Yeah.
If this isn't the same, it's kind of chorey. I hate the repetitiveness of some things, like taking out the garbage. Like it's Monday, I gotta get the compost ready. I gotta get the garbage out on the curb. I hate the repetitiveness of that. And it even comes back to just how life is. I hate the Monday to Friday grind that it can be. Link is helping with this though. Because every day I wish was a little bit more special, and it is now with a kid because you keep learning and he's growing and stuff. But like waking up Monday, going to work, coming home, making dinner, going to bed. Like I hate.
Sometimes that routine though is nice though.
It is, but I just hate
specific
sometimes
routine. Monday to Thursday.
Like I just hate like the samesies of all those days. You just can't wait to get to Thursday or Friday. But Link is helping with that because every day you never know what you're gonna get with him. Could be cry baby, happy baby.
Doesn't sound like fun though.
Yeah.
Kind of is.
Yeah, I want to definitely kind of like establish a chore list though, and I never got rewards like specifically. I never had like a consistent allowance. Like it would happen for like a few weeks, and then just my mom would cheap out. So I'm calling her out on that. She owes me like years worth of allowance.
Do you know anybody or any of your family like have like you said, a chore list, like a schedule? Like every second Tuesday's dusting day.
I literally there's some families
that
that I
now?
work with.
No, I didn't have that now.
I've never done that.
I've never done
but
that.
I knew people who did.
I like help families. Like sometimes it's just because the kid's so behavioral or whatever, like, or maybe they're Asperger's or FASD or something. Like you gotta help them like
Create
they need
structure.
to create a structure. And it's just like we're gonna create not only a chore routine but like a life routine. Like in the morning when you walk in the bathroom, there's a sign that says first you pee, then you wash your hands, then you brush your teeth, then you spit the toothpaste out.
I need one of these.
And then like
Yeah, Tim is
and then they walk to their bedroom, and then there's another sign that says then you put on like your socks, your pants,
This is
then your
amazing
shoes.
for OCD.
Yeah, and it's just like you break down their life into like these, and wherever they go, wherever they might have to do something, there's like a list.
Boom, new
waiting
sign.
at the closet, at the door, like on the way out. You know, if it's winter, you put on jacket, scarf, you know, whatever.
It's like a breadcrumb trail or like arrows they follow on the.
Well, I guess, and wherever they need to go to do life in the kitchen, there's certain things. So like, I would like to kind of maybe do like a chore. Routine.
I would have something more like one
Maybe a
of the things
reward
I look
structure.
forward to is like, for example, when it gets a little older, maybe around like 6 or 7 years old, is for example the dogs. You are responsible for these dogs, like taking them out to the backyard to pee, picking up their poop, make sure the food is full, make sure the water's full. You know, like grooming them every once in a while whenever they be brushed.
I hope you're supervising. Maybe your dog just doesn't eat in 5 days.
No, but I mean,
Sebastian. Dog's dying in the corner.
He needs a list.
Have you fed him?
no, because the food we have it in the basement. We're in the basement all the time, so it's there. You can see it, but like that would be its thing. Like these are the things you have to do, and just the dogs are alive. You've succeeded. If the dog's dead, you failed. Like that type of thing. We sound simple.
As much as
I want to give them. Well, it all depends on the kid, of course. But I wouldn't want to necessarily make them a list. You know, I'd be like, mow the lawn. Mow the lawn. Within 2 weeks, mow the lawn. If you want to mow it on a Wednesday when you come home from school, mow it on a Wednesday when you come home from school.
I like plowing the driveway. Like once I'm over it, I think that'd be a nice one to hand off. I don't like the cold ultimately, but
Yeah.
I think every kid has, except me, shoveled their driveway.
Yeah.
Right, like that's just a thing kids do.
I just want to not this like I don't know, because again it's kind of like our video game topic last week where we like kind of being hypocritical. Like we played Grand Theft Auto at 13, but now our kids we might have to draw a line.
That's part of it, right?
But yeah, so now it's just like I never really had a consistent chore list or reward structure based around that, and like ultimately like I turned out decent enough. I think I would want to implement that though. Like I want like a regular.
But again, not even for like the learnings that child's gonna get. Also for the fact that I don't have to do it.
Yeah. I don't have to do it.
That's why, like, sure, it's gonna help him become a better society member,
Blah, blah, blah.
all that good stuff. But then I don't have to do it.
Yeah.
You
More
know,
TV time for you, man.
yeah, like all those grocery bags, you're bringing them in one by one.
And it's like from what I learned, just kind of like in doing what I do for a living, like it creates kind of what's the word? I don't know, like some sort of like barter system or something. Like, oh, you want this iPad? Like you have 8 things on that chore list. Like feel free. Like whereas I never really had that. And again, I turned out decent enough, but it was just kind of like.
We're not gonna stick to any of this.
Yeah, there's no incentive. I guess it's an incentive kind of thing to just do your shit. A gets it off my plate, but also like I can hold that accountable.
But it doesn't have to be incentive. Well, I mean, it all depends on your kid. Of course, I understand that, right? But also sometimes there was no incentive. It's like go throw the garbage. It was like, what am I? No,
I know.
No reason.
It's
it's
your thing.
You're actually gonna get less out of it if you do it, but you're gonna do it anyways because I'm telling you to. Go throw out the garbage. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I also disagree with having. I got an allowance early on because I just asked for it and I got it. And sometimes I wouldn't get it because I didn't do stuff. But obviously there was things that like I was just told to do, and it was just like you just do them. Like, mow the lawn again. But I did it last week. It doesn't matter. I need you to mow the lawn because it grew. It rained a lot. It grew a lot.
Yeah, and
so I don't want to necessarily have to reward this kid for everything he does.
But different approaches to parenting.
No, of course.
Because what happens if you didn't mow that lawn? What would old Mr. Castillo?
I don't talk about it. Flashbacks.
Exactly, right? So
flashbacks.
When Seb said, "What are you gonna do about it?"
I don't know what
are you gonna do about it?
But I'm gonna
take
do
away my
something.
allowance you don't give me, or my iPad you don't give me. You can give me no incentives here. You don't beat my ass.
But that's depending on the.
Older Sebastian sounds like a dick.
Yeah, he sounds like a douchebag.
I'm gonna have to punch this kid
You
right
should
in the
relive
teeth.
that moment and not make it.
We need to go to soccer, and I need to go to the washroom.
ladies and gentlemen. Whatever.
Because of Jamie's shitty bladder, this episode's not over.
It's now whatever. We're at an hour 5.
Go. We don't need you for the ending.
Stop and stuff. I don't trust you.
We gotta go. We have 15
I can't give you any more responsibilities.
He has 0 for the show, for the record. He does nothing for the show.
I come here and I do this.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's been another episode of Dads and Six Podcast, episode number 13. That's bit. Blah, 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 blah. Anyways, hit that like, share, subscribe button down below. All our social medias. We'll see you guys
Monday,
again.
Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Friday.
Yeah. What he said.
Yeah, see.
Monday to Thursday and then Friday. Goodbye. Love you. Bye.
See ya.